Okay. Well, instead of me summing up this session, I think I'll just turn it over to Bobby to tell us about next steps.
Well, I was just asked to come up a couple of things. Just to kind of summarize, we saw a lot of data yesterday. For those of you that are still here and want it, I think that the folks that were here from the Center for Health Statistics forgot to give you a phone number so that you can actually call them and talk to them, which they said you could do. It's 512-776-7261. That's their main line. 776-7261 is the main line, and then you could ask for Michelle Cook, Chris Webb, Ann Barnett, whoever you need to talk to, and they'll help you out with those data sources. I think the session this morning was exceptional on facilitation and becoming a team with and a partnership with your community, and some of the techniques that we can take away and use for that, as well as the session that the local health departments just put on this afternoon, and showing us where they are in the process and how you can make some type of a matrix and different tools like that to help take you through the process. I think like what Jennifer just said, it looks like it's boiling down to manpower, number one, and what was the other thing you said, Jennifer? Competing issues. So what TPHA and Talho and the groups that sponsor this wanted me to ask you, are there other issues that you want discussed in the future? Where do we go forward from here? What are the next steps? Another conference 6 months from now, a year from now? And if that would happen, what would the content of that conference look like from you as participants? Has this been beneficial to you? Is it repetitive to you? Feedback. And they're going to also get word out to the folks that couldn't stay to get this information to them by the end of October, so that we can maybe start formulating some ideas for next steps and where we go from here.
As a local health department who's in the process of doing the CHA and the CHIP, I think it is still very helpful to hear other health departments' ideas and thoughts as it relates to these two entities and some of their challenges, whether we've gone through those challenges or overcome those challenges. You know, I think it's a great way of sharing information, and whether you do it once a year or twice a year, however often you do it, I think it's still very important as we move forward through the accreditation process in the state of Texas.
Other ideas? Yes, ma'am.
I think it'd be real helpful if you, as resources become available, or you're aware of them, to talk to the rest of the local snow about it. I think that's going to be real helpful for us.
Well, keep remembering the data sources that were shown to you yesterday are all free of charge, as well as the help from the staff. Mike?
But I think some of the resources that you may have been referring to are dollars, and we haven't always done a really good job of monitoring the dollars as they become available and getting people noticed. Teresa, you shared the cross-jurisdictional grant. I wasn't aware of that. So we need to get a mechanism where we can kind of keep track of that and let folks know.
Other ideas?
Is that something CDC could do, is identify those funding opportunities that are coming from the national partners and kind of blast it out to some of us to help continue the blasting?
Okay, next time.
Thank you. Jennifer's getting her physical activity for the day. Yeah, it is definitely something that we do through the PIM network and through PH Connect, but I wouldn't expect everybody is part of that. So I think one question to ask is, for those that are part of it, is there a way of sharing with sort of a central communicator? I don't know what that might naturally be here in Texas. But that's one question. Another is NACHO does a great job too of tracking on funding opportunities available for locals. So if there's somebody keeping an eye on what comes out of NACHO who could share that out with everybody, I think that would be another great way to track on that.
Yeah, and through my through the accreditation discussion group we have, I do forward a lot of emails to folks. But if you're not on that email list, then you're not getting it. And so I'll be sure that I add everybody who's not on it, who is here at this conference. But I also, I go ahead and forward it, but I worry sometimes that you're getting 2 or 3 of those emails. And, I always say I can delete, but I also want to be mindful of people getting a lot of emails.
I just wanted to say I think this is a really helpful conference for applied learning to see how everyone's actually doing things. When you get to the national conferences, it's sometimes hard to get that benefit from it. And then I think for the next conference, I'd like to hear also from the small and medium health departments on progress and how are they able to leverage their resources as well.
Okay. Well, I'd like to, on behalf of the folks that sponsored this, thank all the presenters and thank all of you as participants for attending the conference and all the good dialogue and discussions that we've had over the last day and a half. I'd really like to thank the Texas Public Health Association, Texas Association of Local Health Officials, the University of North Texas School of Public Health, and the Texas Public Health Training Center for their sponsorship of the conference over the last day and a half, as well as APHA, because part of this was put together by a grant from APHA. So with that, I guess we'll close. Have safe travels home. And you'll be hearing some information about follow-up from this conference and future conferences. So thank you.